Assalamualaikum and good morning, everyone. Uh, for Doctor also. Today our groups will present about the development of our master plan for Brinchang, Highlands. First of all, I want to introduce my group members, which was Alia, Fazana, Suhaila, Rahmatina, Aslinda, Arifa, and lastly me, Muhammad Dini Haziq. Next slide, please. Okay. For introductions, the master plan's role was to advise developers of government agencies in increasing some tourist attractions based on community and visitor requirement in Brinchang Highlands. And also the master plan be introduced to increase the image of tourist attractions with the new concept based on the master plan which was be due for the planners and so government agencies. Next slide, please. And this is our objective and goals. And we have divided into two, which were long term and short term. For the long term, we will rebuild a 2-story farmers arcade camera Highlands with parking lots. Secondly, maintain the mother nature at Mossy Forest to stay unbothered. Third, create a public field and student stadium for Brinchang communities. Fourth, build balanced facilities and surrounding community needs to mutual benefit. And lastly, encourage low operating cost facilities. And for the short terms, we will create welcome to Brinchang Town, signage at the interest. A second, provide bus stop and apply for free bus and fan service. Third, expense additionally parking at both to meet present needs. Fourth, refine and make two-way roads heading to both the center. And lastly, provide a civic and sport activities. And Miss Alia will proceed the next slide.
Okay, thank you, Haziq.
Alia?
Okay, for purpose of study, for purpose of our study is to make a formulation written framework for future action. So this master plan can be guide for sensible facility program and service for development for Brinchang town and community. Second is to community Brinchang acknowledge our master plan is for their town and for their better improvement and for their better development town. And third is to make sure Brinchang community have a clear sense of direction by we providing them information and analyzing how both the community of Brinchang and the attraction place in particular know what their action plan and what their to-do list as a community. Okay, next slide. Okay, for our master plan, okay, this is our mapping master plan. Okay, as you can see at the left bottom is a red area, which is a modern area. The modern area attraction, the main attraction at the modern area is the big red strawberry farm. And second, you can see the purple one is a semi-modern area that the main attraction is Bohti Center. And third is you can see the light blue one is semi-primitive motorized, which is the main attraction is Robertson Rose Garden. And lastly is primitive non-motorized area, which is the green one. And as you can see, the main attraction at the primitive non-motorized is Mossy Forest. Okay, that's all. Thank you. I will pass to Arifa for the modern.
Okay, so I will present for modern. For modern, we choose a big red strawberry farm, and this is because it is located 0.55 kilometer from the center, which is Brinchang. And for accessibility, people can access easily because it's only 0.28 kilometer from the main road, and people at this area is factually interparty contacts because this area is packed of people. The greatest attraction of this place because the tourists can pick the fresh strawberry uh, as per basket, and there are they also can visit the other vegetable crops, vegetable farm, and also they can take picture because this farm is provide some of photography booths. And next is existent impact, a rapid development. They also need to, because this area is full of people, and one of the main attraction in Camera Highland, they need to expand the strawberry crop areas to the high demand and produce more strawberry. As the place become more famous day by day, the place will be packed of people, and they need to provide various services such as prayer place, gas station, and others. And how to manage this impact is by mapping using the ROS settings for forest planning, specific project planning, and analysis or monitoring. As it's a modern area, they need to use moderately this area due to the place is already highly developed, so the impact can be reduced. And this is a upcoming impact, deforestation, because the business owner need to expand their business, so they will cut down the trees to open new area. And next is a noise pollution, because this area is always developed, and the sound from the development, and also the traffic is full of tourist vehicle, which also can contribute to the noise pollution. And this is suggestion development, which are welcome signage, public field and stadium. Also, Framus Arcade Camera Highlands, which a two-story building and parking lot. It's because this area is already highly developed. So instead of develop hotel and building, we need to develop something that can give benefit to the Brinchang community. That's all from me. So I pass to semi modern.
Thank you, Arifah. So I will continue to the next part, which is our semi-modern area in Brinchang is Bohti Center. Next slide. The area characteristics of this Bohti Center is this place gives the best and amazing landscape and stunning panoramic views, and the tea gardens are truly picturesque. Next. Okay, so this is the few main attractions and activities that you can do in Bohti Center. The first one is a viewfinder porch. As you can see as the picture given, it gives you the background of the tea plantation. So basically, after you are eating and enjoying food at Boh Cafe, there are an area that has been made for visitors to take a picture with those background. Next one is Boh Cafe. This is one of the most popular main attraction available in Bohti Center. You will be greeted by a Bohti Cafe. There is no heavy meal such as nasi lemak or nasi kandar. During peak hours, customers here have to line up to order, to buy, and to be seated. Uh, the provide the food provide is various type of cakes, breads, muffin, biscuits, and other snacks. And most of the time, there will be 200 people packed in that Boh Cafe. And the main attraction is, of course, Boh Tea Plantation. Boh Tea Plantation is one of the reason why tourists travel to Cameron Highlands. What activities you can do here is there are tea and souvenir shop. They are selling both branded items and many more tea made items that are available, which you may not have find to your near house supermarket. And the last one is you can visit to the both tea gallery, which are there showing some methods of processing tea, several tools and machine they are using. This is the best place for tea lovers to get information to what they needed. Next slide. Next is existent impacts is social encounters. There will be an increasing numbers of visitors that to an area that may change the kind of recreational experience. For example, as I mentioned earlier, Buah Cafe can pick up to 200 customers during peak hours. So for someone who doesn't like crowded places or many people in one places, they probably leave the place for good. Next slide. So how to manage that impact? So the first one is to mapping with a few conditions. Second is to consult with the public to obtain their feedback, either positive or negative, so that they can come back with other alternatives. Third is to collaborate with the public to develop decision criteria. Fourth is to involve the public to ensure their concerns are considered throughout the process. And the last one is to empower the public by placing final decision making for a better outcome. Next slide. Okay, the next one is upcoming impact in Bohti Center, which maybe it will be happen a landslide and mudslides. The fact that the land in Cameron Highland is no longer suitable for irresponsible parties to continue explore the land illegally for profit benefit. So it is not possible to tourist hotspot, including Bohti Center, to become one of the areas where landslide and mudslide will occur in future. Next slide. So we have been chosen two suggestions for development. The first one is refine and make two-way road to Bohti Center. It will convenient the tourists and local community that want to access to Bohti Center. And the second one is to provide parking lot.
Right. The main interaction, I will explain about main attraction in Robertson Rose Garden, which is Robertson Garden is from Miss Robertson Garden. She is lovely floral terrace, a garden situated in Sungai Palas, Cameron Highland. So the garden is set up on a hilltop and 10 level. So the activities at the Robertson is smell the rose. The Cameron Highland is famous for its flora and it well as a tea and strawberries. You may also find a huge number for a species of roses here. If you like flower, then one of the best ways to see the roses on a trip of Miss Robertson's Rose Garden, which is located on Centenary hillside, and it will give you pretty view over the valley below. Some of the species that you can admire here include pink queen, Victoria, and maid of hearts. And it don't be surprised by the large size of the flower. Next slide. Sorry. Next slide. All right. Existing impact for accessibility. Accessibility to an area is quite difficult because the road facility are moderate. When it rains, it likely to be a muddy area. So next is social interaction. Social interaction is low due to the incomplete facilities. For example, internet access facility in this area are low because there are many substances to connect residents to communicate well online. Next slide. Impact management for accessibility and efficient transportation system ensure that all levels of society have access to expand employment activities, leisure, daily necessity, and ecological ties. Low social interaction. One of the government strategy in increasing the access to information and communication technology of semi-primitive society is with the construction of talent center low social interaction. Next. Okay, for upcoming impact, is this area is noise pollution. Ecology research now deals increasingly with the effect of noise pollution of biodiversity. Many studies have shown the impacts and anthropogenic noise and concluded there is a potential threat to life on Earth. Next. For suggestion development, we provide a bus stop and apply for free bus and van service. It can uh, go to the this area. Next is we provide a need suggestion and seek opinion with the people of the surrounding area to upgrade the semi-primitive area by adding activities for the public. That's all from me. I will pass it to Suhaila.
Okay, thank you, Nur Haslinda. Okay, so this is my turn. So, I will present semi-primitive non-motorized, which is a category of land defined within the recreation opportunity spectrum as a predominant natural or natural appearing environment of moderate to large size with low interaction between users. Motorized recreation use is not permitted. Local roads possibly used on a limited basis for other resource management activities, and the area managed to have minimal but on-site controls and restrictions. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, this is the places that I covered, which is Mossy Forest. It is located 4.67 kilometer from Brinchang Town Centre and Main Road. These protected areas are very rich through its biodiversity elements, such as variety of flora and fauna and beautiful scenery. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, the main attraction. These protected areas are very rich through its biodiversity, as I just said just now. And then the activities. Okay, can you move on to the next slide? Move to the slide. Okay. Okay, the activities, recreation opportunities that we can do in Mossy Forest is hiking, scenery, and boardwalk. All these activities is during our leisure during our leisure and to do our recreation. Okay, next. Okay, in existence impact, there is less existence impact in the semi-primitive non-motorized as natural ecosystem can operate freely, and human impacts are generally limited to campsites of small to moderate size. In my opinion, the upcoming impact in Mossy Forest is trampling. So, how we manage is hardening. Okay. Okay, what is hardening? Hardening is the process that we put something harder towards the impact indicators to reduce the recreation impacts. This is one of our effort to make sure the impact indicators can be prevented. Okay, this is the example which is in the Mossy Forest, make a boardwalk so that the visitors can walk on it and to reduce the impact indicators. For example, trampoline. So, okay, next. There is no suggestion for development because we want to protect our forest rather than development. Better we planted for fresh trees without protecting and taking care of our environment. We are putting so sorry. If we are protecting and taking care of our environment, we are putting so many lives at dangers such as animals, plants and crops, and even our leaves if we don't protect our environment. So the conclusion is master plan should be represented the vision and needs from the community. And the second one, the identification using recreation opportunity spectrum show that it helped in planning. And the last one, identify impact reaction and manage the problem. That's all from us. Thank you.